Someone who moved Sara's sacrifice via the 5th trade. If KG is the Keymaster, the sacrifice should be So, Kana, or now, yes? Sure. I mean, it could be anybody other than us. Is Loader really a commoner? Should we believe that? It's alright. So was convinced the whole time that Sara traded away the sacrifice. In other words, Kana or now, which of them would have the sacrifice? I don't believe it. Keijo and Kotaro are lying. I cannot make sense of this. That's to say, So fell for Keiji's trick. Location of the sacrifice card or any other card, he didn't know one lick about the truth. If he'd stolen my tablet when he knocked me out, maybe he could have learned my card. But I kept it on me at all times to avoid just that. Kept it tucked beneath my clothes. So I didn't have a chance to do tomfoolery. He's a commoner. It's his tablet, huh? Unfortunately, we have that. Kotaro, you're saying you had your tablet on you at all times, yes? Yep, take a look, it's right here. No, it's the replacement one. And when you woke up, where was it? Huh? On the table in the Last Supper room. Right, on the table? I'd call that being off you. Yeah, and also, I guess he just wasn't awake for the announcement, because he rushed back into here, right? He didn't hear the announcement about grabbing the extra on the table. The replacement. So I thought, so he didn't even know. The tablet that Kotaro has now is a spare. This tablet I picked up was lying near you when you were passed out. What did you say? I would assume this is Kotaro's original tablet. The question is, why was it lying on the floor? So took it. Kotaro sleepily discarded. No, So took it. Because So took the tablet from Kotaro, but he also left it there. What? I mean, I guess if he kept it with him, there would be more evidence against him. He didn't actually have to take possession of it, he only needed to see what was on it. But they're locked by fingerprints, but Kotaro was unconscious. Sure, but while near him, he could bypass that by simply pressing the fainted Kotaro's finger to it. And so we arrive at an outrageous truth. What do you mean by that? Depending on when So looked at the tablet, he might have seen through our entire strategy. What? The worst time for it would be after the 4th trade. That's when Kotaro had the Sage and I had the Keymaster. If you saw the tablet then, you could use Kotaro's Sage power to also know I was the Keymaster. So has just been acting fooled? Shoot, you got me. Or not. Wonder if I'm acting right now. Or maybe I'm telling the truth. So, not good. Not that there's the possibility that So is a sacrifice. It's no good. We shouldn't vote for So. Guess not. You can vote for Kana or Miss Now, whichever you like. Why you? Yeah, he is he has quite a disregard for other people's feelings, that's for sure. Well then, let's resume the discussion, guys. We'll discuss who it's safest to vote for. Goodness gracious. You gotta find the one with the least chance of having the sacrifice. So Hiyori must be avoided at all costs, but we don't know what he's thinking. But between Bucket Girl and Big Sis Now, is there any real difference? You'd need a certain amount of tokens to take the sacrifice from Sara in the 5th trade. I still think that... I don't know what I think. If you consider the token counts, you'll get your answer. Alright, let's take a look. In terms of the number of tokens, who could have made a trade? As in, like, who couldn't trade their card away? Or who could trade their card away? Oh! I didn't mean to do that. I have a button mapped on my on my mouse for back and forward. So if I accidentally bump it, that's what happens. I still don't really know what he means. Because we don't have exact counts here, anyway. What happens if I ponder this? Here, my sacrifice was swapped to somebody else's commoner. This is the biggest mystery. Who traded for my sacrifice? To what benefit? I don't know, but I can only imagine they were aiming directly for my sacrifice. Yeah. So they had to be somebody that knew we had the sacrifice. Either they had to be a sage, or they had to somehow know that we were the sacrifice for some reason. So must be avoided at all costs. We just have to choose now. Between now and Kana. I don't think that's a good idea. All I can think of is tokens. Bucket Girl had a lot, and Vix's now only had a little. What do we even do now? Tokens. I don't know the aim of the one who did the trade. What possibilities are there? Okay, what am I using here? Hold on a second. Does somebody's icon flash? No. Alright, then in that case, maybe we need to do this. It's confusing because it says conflict and it says versus. Those two statements were not conflicting with each other. Those were agreeing statements. KG was saying, well, if you look at the amount of tokens, it'll make sense. And then Jin was saying, oh, the ones with the most tokens was now, or was Kana, or whoever he said. Yeah, it was Kana who had more tokens than now. Surely she couldn't have been the one to take the sacrifice from Sarah. But somebody could have arranged a trade to happen between people. Like So could have arranged the trade to go to Kana or to Now or to whoever. Since we know that's a thing. Then is Now the one with the least likelihood? Oh wait, please! This isn't right. Fix this now. Least likelihood? Are you gonna kill me with such vague reasoning? Please, have another discussion. You're right. We can't end this discussion. You! What are you saying? I just remembered something. There's a way anyone could get tokens. Miss Sarah, you know it too, don't you? A way for anyone to get tokens? From my stolen wallet, true. From Reiko's body? No, my stolen wallet. From my stolen wallet, right? Well, there's the possibility there that you just misplaced it like a klutz, Miss Sarah. I'm absolutely not that clumsy. You could take tokens from Miss Reiko's body, sitting there in the room of lies. Oh yeah, now I remember us looking for our wallet. See, with that time in the story when we were looking for our wallet, I was completely about like, I don't care. Why are we caring about our wallet? It's not what's important right now. So it completely slipped my mind. But I remember us looking for our wallet now. All over our bed and whatnot. Oh, right. The reason we were looking for our wallet is because we wanted to do a trade because we were given the sacrifice and we were panicked. I'm recalling now. Nixus Now wouldn't do such a thing. But it's true. When I went to check the body, the tokens were already gone. And Now was closely inspecting the room of lies. Now, it ain't just Now who could have done it. Couldn't any of us have gotten those tokens? In other words, everyone has the potential to possess the sacrifice. That's true. And also, even if Now did get the tokens, it's not necessarily true that she took the sacrifice for herself. She could have given it to somebody else. It all ends with a game of trust. And that last action is going to be the key. What were each of us doing at the time of the 5th trade? As in... just before the main game started? Hope we can find the sacrifice. We have to determine based on So, Kana, and Nao's actions at the time of the 5th trial. I was sitting on the stairs thinking back on everything that had happened. I was on the laptop in the winner's room the whole time. Will you believe it? Kana, Wasn't really doing anything, just wandering absent-mindedly. Did anybody see what the three were doing? I was moving rubble with Keiji. I didn't see what those three were up to. I was searching all by myself to see if there were any other exits. Okay, first off, I want to save again. Then let's extract more from this information. So, Kana and Now are supposedly our main three that we're looking into here, and I kind of agree with that. Your friendly policeman was shoving aside rubble. I don't know a thing. I don't know, why aren't you speaking? Question her? No, let's not question her about it just yet. Did anybody see what the three were doing? If only I hadn't passed out. I was on the laptop in the winner's room the whole time. Will you believe that? There's also a ring-up box right in front of me. Haha, what do you think, Miss Sarah? Can't take So's claim seriously. I'm sitting on the stairs, thinking back on everything that had happened. Hope of escape had vanished. I couldn't even stand up. Everything I'm saying is true. Sarah, please save me. I didn't see those three meow, sorry. Come to think of it, didn't you tell me you found something while searching? Yeah, the phone. Yeah? Yeah! There was a smartphone on the stairs. What? But it wouldn't even make calls. It was useless for escape. I was moving rubble with Keiji. I didn't see what those three were up to. I rested for not a second while moving that debris. All I can prove is Keiji's alibi. All I can prove is Keiji's alibi. So obviously that's important. I guess we're just gonna have to question Kana. Are you hiding something, Kana? Come to think of it, I feel like you were the only one I didn't see around then. Really, where were you? I mean, I was looking for something I dropped. Something she dropped? This, perhaps? Kana, was it a smartphone you lost? How did you know? Sure enough. I bet it's the same smartphone I found in Kana's first trial room. Right. Oh, I've completely forgot about that. Jin, tell me, where did you pick that up? It was a ways down the stairs. How clumsy. She must have just dropped it while we were all climbing the stairs, surely. I see. That's not it. Are you protecting Kana? So what's the meaning of all this? Because when we were on the stairs was after all this happened. She said she was searching for her phone when the trade happened. I don't know. I wonder what happens if I just say I see. I see. So that's what it is. Think back for me. When we were climbing the stairs, So and Kana were walking in front. If she had dropped the phone, then everyone should have noticed. In short, this was only dropped after we all climbed to the exit. Kana dropped it while descending the stairs. What did she descend for? Why did you try to hide this, Kana? Because... Pixis Sarah, there's a message on this phone. Right, that's what Kana's sister... Is it a different message? Huh? It's a different message. Thank you, I love you, sister. Now it's Kana's turn to protect her big sister, because that's how Kana can atone. This... Please give that back. Hold on, did you write this, Kana? But Kana's big sister is already dead. To be sister in this message is... No way. Her sister in heaven? Sarah? He's talking about us. Her new big sister. Surely not. Is that right, Kana? So she took the sacrifice from us in order to atone. She's basically sacrificing her life for ours, is what we're saying here. Okay then. Is me? Yes. I know it's strange. But Kana, Takana, you're... You wanted to save Sara that much? Yes. Hey, Kana. Was it you who traded away Sara's sacrifice? To avoid using the ring-up box in the winner's room, you returned to the 3rd floor to trade. Hey now! You're talking like Kana's... Are you saying she took the sacrifice to protect Sara? That's so... It's inconceivable. I mean, it makes sense for her character. Oh, I don't want to conceive of it. She's always been trying to look for something that she can do to help. Diet Kana? What worthless reasoning. That's all a load of... No, it's all correct. Yeah, he doesn't want that because he wants to be us to think that he's the sacrifice or something. You idiot! Don't say anything! Yeah, he's probably hoping that Kana would take him with her to the outside or something, after being chosen as the sacrifice. Kana did the 5th trade. She won't hide the truth anymore. Kana! Kana did it. She really did it to protect me. She took the sacrifice for herself. It's just the worst outcome. It's foolishness. So, you caught on at some point, didn't you? That's why you were trying to move the votes towards Kana. Shut up. Since there was no other way for Kana to survive. Please wait. Will you listen carefully to what Kana has to say? With the 5th trade, Kana switched her card to Sara's card. Once she knew escape wasn't possible anymore, she had no idea what to do. Then she looked at the phone. Seeing her sister's words calmed her heart. Well... those weren't even her sister's words. And she came to despise herself for not being able to do anything. This whole time, Kana had just kept betraying her sister, the others, Sara. She just had a feeling that So had sent the sacrifice to Sara. Kana doesn't get the complicated trade talk. She can't even reason out who gave who what. Even so, she was certain of just one thing. Because Sara is so kind, she couldn't trade the sacrifice to anyone. Sorry about that, Kana. See, you're actually kind of wrong. I didn't want to trade the sacrifice. I didn't, but Sara really wanted to trade it away. Kana. She didn't want to let Sara die. And also, she didn't want to make So a murderer. That seemed more painful than her own death. So she traded her commoner for Sara's sacrifice. Kana. But... the card she received was a commoner. What? What? ... is right. Excuse me? What? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on here, Kana? She says she doesn't get the whole trade talk. Did she trade at a different time? I don't understand. Kana doesn't understand either. She's sure she traded cards with Sara, but it wasn't the sacrifice. Unthinkable. What is Kana saying? It's all true. Please believe me. At any rate, we just have to talk about Kana's statement. I am so confused. I can't believe Bucket Girl. She's lying to try and confuse us. Well, maybe Kana just messed up. Who she was trading with or something. Some unique situation that caused the role to just disappear? Is that possible, I wonder? It was machine error. Maybe the tablet broke and the trade went wrong? Don't tell me. I wonder if So hacked the roll cards themselves. Why is he confused? I don't know what to believe. Can't see through to the truth in their hearts right now. So they might just have to find the objective truth. The truth. Hold on a second. What? We had the sacrifice for sure. Was there a point where we didn't check it immediately? There were multiple times, right, where a trade happened and we didn't look at our cards immediately. But then it wouldn't matter, because we still looked at them in the end. Like, is it possible that we had the commoner? Like, right here or something? At some point? Or maybe one of these trades is... I'm so confused. Sacrifice Sage Keymaster. And then there are those two changed roles. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'm gonna need to have this explained. Maybe the influence of So's hack extended to the role of the data or something. Some nice evidence would make that a whole lot more convincing, though. Too bad. Do we have evidence? The victim video? The tablet, papers, footage, rulebook. I don't think that's relevant. I don't know how the ring-up boxes work, but if you're just saying names into the receiver, there could be mistakes. Yet my sacrifice definitely moved. If it ain't Kana's mistake, then maybe the floor master purposely changed the destination, something like that. I don't think they'd mess around with that. Kashu changed the trade? I gotta think. Wasn't Miley talking about some transgression of Gashu's just before the main game? Right! Hold on. That could have messed some things up. Is that what Miley wasn't happy about? That's actually very interesting. So is Harley saying anything. Can't read his thoughts. It's a machine error. Maybe the tablet broke and the trade went wrong. This is the truth. The truth can be very simple. She's been betraying us over and over. She's even less trustworthy than the loner. Don't trust Bucket Girl, Big Sis Sarah. I mean, that's fair, but I think I do trust her in this case. This might be an absurd opinion, but So was spending his remaining time messing with the laptop in the winner's room, right? I wonder, did he hack the card data then? Is that even possible? Because, I mean, there isn't anyone but So who could cause an irregularity, is there? Someone who could cause an irregularity. Yeah, maybe it's Gashu. Okay, maybe use this on Gashu's thing? Is that it? There was a possibility. Something separate from So's hacking. An irregularity that definitely occurred. The transgression by Floor Master Gashu. Huh? Excuse me? But then who has the sacrifice? Remember what Miley said before the main game? Gashu, were you listening? You've really gone and mucked things up. You made a flagrant transgression, one that shakes the very core of the main game. Despite being such a huge transgression, it hasn't shown itself at all thus far. Now, this illogical movement of the cards that's tormenting us. Could this be the very issue? Could this very issue be Gashu's transgression? And he did say that it needs to come up during the game. If we believe Kana, that's the only explanation. So Uncle Crabstash manipulated the movement of the cards? But for the Floor Master, what would be the merit of doing that? I mean, we don't even know what the merit of doing this entire game is yet, so anything. I don't know, there is no merit. There's some merit. I don't know. You don't know the Floor Master's goal. To flip that around, if there was some merit, gosh, you'd have a reason to meddle. We might figure out who we moved the sacrifice to. Quite the off-the-mark inference. Is it alright for you to be using your time on this? Gosh, you. If you hadn't engaged in any misconduct, then promise us. I know the Floor Master's code. If we can expose your transgression, this main game won't count. We demand a second attempt 24 hours later. Ha! Ha ha ha! You just know everything, don't you? That's to be expected from Miss Sarah. Promise or no promise, I will simply carry out my duty as per the code. You for real? He said it! With 24 hours, we could even reattempt our escape. But are you certain? If you cannot prove it, you will only be losing time to spend on other reasoning. It's okay. This new possibility we spun, this theory, wasn't being directed at Gashu. So, please tell us the truth. So we have to know what card he has. The other possibility is that you did some sort of hacking to the roll cards, so if we know whether that claim is true or not, we can fight. Let's all combine forces to win an extension. Kana. Yes? You really don't have the sacrifice? It's okay. Kana really doesn't have the sacrifice. He had to confirm that because he really wanted her to have the sacrifice so he could pin it on her and have them both escape, huh? And kill everyone else. I see. In that case, he has nothing to lose because he can't win the way he wants to if he continues with this current game. I didn't access the roll cards. I didn't do any hacking to them. So, that's the truth, Miss Sarah. No lies, no tricks. Alright, let's quit deceiving each other. Let's work to expose Gashu's transgression. Just what I wanted to hear. This is a turning point in our destiny. A path we could never have reached if we were trapped by endless suspicion. The path of us all trusting each other and battling the kidnappers head on. Well, this also could only have happened if the kidnappers allowed us to battle them head on, because that's what's happening here. He created a mistake that he made, and then allowed us to combat him with it. Together we'll expose Gashu's misdeed. Okay. How's this gonna work exactly? New background, new music. Gashu had something to gain from tampering with the trade. Perhaps he sent the sacrifice towards somebody he wanted to kill? Or else, do you think there was somebody who Gashu didn't want to die? Is there an answer in the clues we have left? Is it now that has to sacrifice? She was like telling us, hey, keep trying to figure things out. Keep trying to figure things out. We're not done yet. This is important. Because she realizes that she just suddenly got the sacrifice card from nothing. And that it's weird. But she, for some reason, can't say anything about it. There's a fundamental issue. Maybe the sacrifice wasn't actually sent to anybody. True. Oh, I don't want to store it. I want to extract. Gashu's transgression was making the sacrifice vanish. Seems unthinkable, sure, but it's just one possibility. There's something curious about the antagonism between Gashu and Miley. Yeah, I agree with that. It is curious. Out of all the evidence we've seen so far, is there anything related to this transgression? Is there something like that? Related to this transgression. I'd have to look at my evidence again. Think there is? I should show it to Kana. If there isn't, I should tell her there isn't. Let's see. Those are the rule books. The papers? Is that relevant? I don't know. The cameras. Is that relevant? I don't think that's relevant either. The tablet, the victim video? Stun gun? I don't know what I'm doing here, actually. First things first, we save yet again. And then we talk to everybody else more. It's out there, but maybe in reality, Gashu's an ally. Like, he wanted to be exposed so we could put a stop to the main game. Is that too unthinkable? I don't really know. I don't know who to believe out of either Miley or Gashu. Person with a sacrifice is real likely to die. That's why Gashu meddled. Like, I don't want them to die, so I'll move the sacrifice to somebody else. Who's them here? Us? That's obvious. The person who'd normally end up having the sacrifice. Kana. Right, Kana is the one who's supposed to have the sacrifice. But I'm not sure she's that relevant to the kidnappers. Perhaps he sent the sacrifice to someone else he wanted to kill. Think about it, Gashu had plenty of reason to hold a grudge towards him. In formulating an escape plan, he trampled on his honor as a floor master. Talking about... So! Okay, let me just see what happens if I say there isn't. No, none of the evidence. That's what I thought. Discussed all the evidence already. Unless there's some new evidence that hasn't come up in discussion, I don't see any leads. Some yet unused evidence. Is there such a thing? It hasn't been used in the leads? Like, the only thing I can think of is this. This is the victim video, but I want to use the other victim video as stuff. Let's try doing this. Okay, apparently the papers is useful. Yeah, this hasn't been used yet, and I wanted to take another look at this. Alright, and there's Megumi. Detective. Keiji was an ex-detective. It looks kind of familiar. That's just like the torn up paper I found on the first floor. So what use could this have? Why, do you have that? That's a totally new look. Jeez. Huh? Miley. Cursor. Handing internal documents to participants? Internal documents? Gashu, just what is this roster? Haha, what indeed? You cut on to the fact that I don't know what this means. You did good, Sarah. Huh? Gosh, you just made a slip of the tongue. You freaked him out. Whatever could you mean? Guy was a whole lot better at playing dumb, huh? What meaning could those papers have? I can't even guess, but there's value in solving this mystery. We ain't got time. Let's thoroughly talk out anything suspicious about this roster. So if I recall, before I found like a name on there that was the odd one out. I forgot which one it was. There are 4 bound sheets and 4 names on each sheet. Besides our names, there are a bunch of names I've never even heard. Huh? This roster doesn't seem to be sorted by name. Yeah, there's percentages. Hold on a sec. There are participants whose names aren't on this, huh? Yeah, exactly. A roster? Reminding me of something. You want to look closer at the roster, tell Mr. Policeman and we'll look at it together. Yeah, whose name was missing on it again? Joe wasn't on this either. What are you trying to say? Sorry, no ill will meant. I'm just laying out the facts to reason from. Counting them now, there are 4 of us participants whose names aren't listed here. 4 of us. I wish you could easily see that stuff. Like, it really annoys me that I can't look at that particular piece of evidence, like, during this trial, directly. A roster? It's reminding me of something. Roster. I remembered it! The bar on the first floor. There's a list of names on the blackboard. Yeah, that. Now that you mention it, that was a roster too. But I couldn't possibly recall everyone's name. I memorized it. Huh? Drink was Alice, Kai, Kazumi, Keiji, Shunsuke, So Namichi Mai, Megami Reiko Kataro. Can't drink was Anzu Kana Jin Kugi, Sara Joe, now Hinako Ranmaru. Yeah, it's Kugi. I believe it was Kugi that was the odd one out that we didn't see on the list. That's amazing, Jin. Easier than learning the prefectures of Japan. By the way, Big Sis Sara, your roster. It's missing the names Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and Now. Yeah, that's a lot of people. This is the one we haven't seen, that's why it stood out to me. This is important information. Was that useful? Look at this, these names are sorted by percentage. How creepy. What sort of statistics are these numbers supposed to represent? These numbers definitely stick out as odd. Might they hold the key to solving this? Let's check it together, Sara. Oh cool, I can see this again, thank goodness. Yeah, so we got all these percentages. Are these percentages like win rates? Is that what this is? It's so confusing. View first sheet, second sheet, third sheet, fourth sheet. What? Nothing happened? Oh, okay, I see. I don't think we need to do that. Who would have made this roster, I wonder? Probably Miley. That's what Gotchu's reaction seemed to indicate too. Is there no follow-up to these sheets? Follow-up? No, there wasn't anything else. That's so. Sorry. Yeah, because they're still missing people. Besides their names, there's a bunch of names I never even heard. Kuromada, Hayasaka, Kinashi, Tsurugi, and tons of other peeps I don't know. Are these people who died in the first trial before they could beat us? That might be it. I think a lot of them were. How many people these kidnappers gotta kill till they're satisfied? Now's not the time to get emotional. Alright, I think we've went through all their dialogue. So now what do we actually need to do here? No, I don't need to check this again. I'm good. I wonder if those sheets are everything. So, what we're doing is... Are we doing this? Storing this? And using it here? No? Because Jin said that that some of us are missing. And she was talking about how there might be a page that we need to find. Exactly one sheet's worth, yeah. So I need to take this statement and do this? So, what did you just say? Huh? That there are 4 people's names missing. Yeah? Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and now aren't listed, so... Yeah, 5 names. Huh? That's 5! Yeah. Huh? I guess I rushed and miscounted, sorry. But it probably means that if we find that last page, somebody's name is still going to be missing from it. It's going to be revealing of something. Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and Now aren't listed. I'm guessing the one person who's actually not going to be listed is... I mean, it could be Kugi, but I'm guessing it might be Joe. Because I still am suspicious of Joe. I still don't trust him. Sorry, this ain't the time to be poking at little mistakes like that, alright? No, this is the time for that. No, that mistake wasn't just a trivial issue. Why did So get it wrong? That's what's important. Goshu, tell us how many participants were dragged into the death game. That would be 20. There are 16 listed on the roster. If we add in an unlisted 5, doesn't that come to 21 people? One too many? What's that mean? There were exactly 20 names on the blackboard. Oh, then let's compare the names on the paper roster with those on the blackboard. Yeah, I'm glad I thought to do this as well. The blackboard names were like this. First, the 5 not listed on the roster are Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and Now. Let's remove those 5. On the first sheet, all 4 names are present. Second sheet, similarly, all 4 names are here. Third sheet, this one too, and the fourth sheet. Huh? Shin Tsukimi. Tsukimi. That's the only one. That's the only person not on the blackboard. Okay, I didn't notice that, I don't think. You derived a 21st person. Okay, I think I must have had it backwards when I was thinking about this before then. What's going on? Who is this person? Who's Shin Tsukimi? An unseen survivor? A participant who died unknown? One of us? I still think that the weird one, though, is the Kugi person. Because that's the one that's not even on the paper. I think the ones on the papers are just participants. The person who died unknown. But they just are a participant who died after the first trial after all? No, but then what's the reason for their name not being on the blackboard? Yeah, well, we don't even know what their names being on the blackboard even means. The names of all the other dead participants were written on the board. I feel like I'm reasoning wrong. I'll think it over again. Who is Shin Tsukimi? So is it only dead participants that were written on the board? Is that what they're saying? One of us? An unseen survivor? A survivor who we haven't met yet? I don't think that's it. No, surely someone who didn't participate in the main game would have been killed. Think it over again. So it has to be one of us? Is it one of us? Okay, let's calm down. What does that mean exactly? An alias? If someone's using an alias, let's see. Shin Tsukimi is one of us. And they rewrote their alias on the blackboard. No way. Ha. Interesting. We follow that logic. They rewrote their alias on the blackboard? But we were just saying that the people on the blackboard are the dead people. A dead person wouldn't go write something. Shin Tsukimi has already been identified. What do you say? Sorry, let's work this out. If all the names on the paper roster are real, there's someone whose real name hasn't been revealed. In that case, it would have to be Alice, right? But someone not on the roster? Someone not on the blackboard? Me! My real name is Shin Tsukimi. Let's just suppress my urge to say that. If all the names on the paper roster are real, there's someone whose real name hasn't been revealed yet. Someone not on the blackboard? Yeah. Is it someone not on the blackboard? Because they changed the name because their real name was on the blackboard, right? Nope, wrong. You tired, Sarah? All the names on the paper roster are real. Did someone's name? Okay, fine. Not on the roster? Who are the people not on the paper roster? Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, or Now? Right, you are. All right, let's discuss those 5 names. Okay, I'm a little lost. That's for sure. This trial has been like spinning back and forth and up and down and all over the place, and I think my brain is lost at the moment, but I'm just gonna roll with it. This is my real name. Professor Mishima always called me Miss Now, remember? I'm using my real name too. It was written there at the prize exchange, right? Cookie is the name of Kana's sister. Oh, it was? Okay. But then how come she's not on the paper? Okay, but that's good to know. That's good to know that we have an explanation for the Kugi name. If Big Bro Joe was using a fake name, Big Cesaro would figure out right away. Kai's name was on his laptop. Based on the email logs, should be his real one. If you want to check the roster, come tell Mr. Policeman anytime. Big Cesaro, is Big Bro Joe his real name? Of course it is. Good. Please believe me, Sarah? Yeah, I believe you. I do really doubt it's an alias. It's written in the prize exchange. Oh, he had a different look. Is this any time to be talking about this name? Ain't even a trace of him being called another name. It's a real name, of course. I would never forget my precious sister's name. Let's take another look at the roster, though, just to rethink this. So this Shin Tsukimi person is not on the blackboard. And also not one of the people who's alive here. I don't know what I'm hoping to understand by staring at this any more than I already have. Let's just continue. What's the matter, Keiji? Oh, I'm just impressed by how calmly he could lie. Lie? Sorry, recall the prize exchange. I think it just had faces. It didn't have a name listed on it, but I could have easily been... They could have just easily said, oh, the name was listed on it, and I would have believed it. The prize exchange. Huh? Remember, there were photos, but no names anywhere. Ah, that was right. I must have had it wrong. So, what exactly are you afraid of? And it makes sense that it'd be him because we've already heard that he has been killed. That, like, Alice killed So Hiyori. Afraid? So is? Said you'd tell the truth, right? To defeat Gashu together? We're your allies. Try trusting us, So. I don't think he believes that. What's the 0% about? Is it like a win rate? Is that what it is? And is he like the person who's like lost every single match? So he's not feeling so good about it? No. Shin Tsukimi. So is Shin Tsukimi. I want to trust you all too. But So he's trying to say something. In that case, I'll draw it out. Oh, we have to stab at him. Let's go. At least this isn't at least this isn't timed or anything. You can just calmly smash at it. So this is the moment to reveal your true self. My real name is Shin Tsukimi. I'll tell you everything, even the secret of that roster. You know about it? Yeah. Because that's exactly the same as what I got in my first trial. What did he say? He got it in his first trial? Tell us, what the heck does this thing mean? It's the victory rates for the participants in the death game. Okay, that's what I thought. And that's why he was so wary of us. Because we have a really high win rate. And he has 0%. He's always been failing. Jeez. That's why he's become so deranged. But that means we've done this a whole bunch of times. Just the weird percentages on the left, right? Those are everyone's chances of surviving the death game to the end. Their odds of winning. Not just their odds of winning, he said win rate. So we've done this multiple times, confirmed. Foolishness. How would they know such a thing? Because they tested it with AIs. Just the AIs of us to run tests. Right, they ran simulations of innumerable death games, all done entirely digitally. They explained at horrible length to me how accurate this data was. And I saw my own percentage. 0%. Yeah. He just never won. Certain death. I absolutely can't survive this death game. That's why I had to abandon myself. I don't want to die. Can't stop shaking. I'm going to be killed. Everyone will vote for me and kill me. I don't want that. Hey. Hiya. Shadow illuminated by light spoke to me. Just a random question. You know what a majority vote is? He talked to me and cornered me. Is this the real So Hiyori? Okay then, let's go. It hurts. Stop. Strength in numbers. You're a helpless sheep. Will be eaten by the strong. If you don't want to die, you change. I threw Shin Tsukimi away. So, I assume the name So Hiyori. Was he an acquaintance? I wonder. Dear me, what a heart-wrenching tale. What time has expired, everyone? We're out of time? We still don't know who has the sacrifice. Sorry, it's nearly time for voting. Hold on a sec. Our discussion. Did you make any progress? It was all unrelated to my transgression. Revealing the truth of the roster. Did that make any progress? That's... Jintsukimi, have you any more info on this roster? If I did, I wouldn't hide it now. Sorry, is there any other evidence that proves his transgression? Evidence of his transgressions? I have important evidence there isn't? What do I have? Do I have anything? I don't think so. There's the video, right? The video of like the first floor stuff. I don't know if that's relevant though. There's the stun gun. Is that relevant somehow? We still don't know who knocked Kotaro unconscious. Was it so? I have important evidence. Let's hear it. What would that be? Tablet victim video is that one. The stun gun. Kotaro placing the cards. Participants in the death game. Could it be this again? Unfortunately, that appears to prove nothing. No way. It's hopeless. Maybe there's nothing else we can do. Are you giving up, Sarah? I rewrote that blackboard. It also... I destroyed my own monitor in the monitor room. I told you everything just like I swore. So please, save me. Win us an extension, please. Of course I will. Feel it. So's trust in me. Real bond. Of course I will, So. Sarah! It's our last chance. Let's think like mad about anything connected to this transgression. We'll think about it and win. No slacking, loner. Yeah, I know. Guys, our discussion is definitely progressing. We've unraveled the mystery of this roster. Let's trust that the truth of this transgression lies beyond that answer. We're supposedly out of time, though. This is your final discussion. Use it meaningfully. Oh, goodness gracious. We're already running out of time. Got it? This roster lists the chances of survival for the participants in the death game. You said that they determine these chances of victory by running simulations with AIs, right? Is there something about these sheets we're still overlooking? Indeed, the most unusual aspect is the fact that there's only 16 names here. If so was an alias, that means there's actually 4 not listed, right? Kai, Kugi, Joe, and Now. Are the 4 not on the roster? Not on the roster? Kinda curious how Sara's chances of victory are the highest, huh? First off, we save yet again. What am I doing here? Since we learned the learner's real name, there's no question it's these 4. But I don't know what they have in common. It's a mix of living people, not living people, and someone we've never met. Yeah, the someone we've never met, though, Kana has met. Let's see something in common. We've established the chances of victory and everyone's real names, but for instance, we haven't touched on them yet. So maybe there's something odd about the occupations. Yeah, that's possible. If so was an A-list, that means there's actually 4 not listed. Can't think of any common points between those 4, but maybe we can figure out something in common between the 16 who are on the roster? What do these 16 have in common? Well, which ones are not on the roster again? Hold on. Let's take it together, Sarah. High school student, detective, high school teacher, middle school student, elementary student, self-employed, singer, baker. There's a lot of students that are on the roster. Jin actually has a very low win rate. That's unfortunate. Our AI cells must have killed each other over and over to produce this data, and then been reset to have to do it all over again. Could that monitor room have been the place they did the test runs? Oh wait, they're AIs, so they'd only have to fight digitally. True, no reason they would have needed to assemble in that room. And no, I think it would have made more sense for them to actually have puppet bodies and play it all out. Because it'd be really hard to simulate all of that. Come to think of it, I heard there was something unique about the AIs in the monitor room. They were all the candidates who survived the first trial. All the candidates. I mean, there wasn't enough monitors for it to be literally everybody who survived the first trial. Jin Tsukimi there stated that the roster shows rather accurate chances of victory. What about the chances for the 4 who aren't listed? Do you think their actions could even affect the odds for the 16? Yeah, that's really weird. The fact that they don't have percentages for the people who aren't listed. That's very important. That's for the reason they're not listed. I don't want to think about it, but perhaps these 4 are dolls or something? Dolls. Yeah. So what do I start with here? The common points between the 16. He doesn't know anything. He just got a whole lecture on how exact and unmistakable their data was. Can you recall anything else at all? Well, what is it? Now that I think about it, they might have used the word candidates, but not participants. There's more participants than candidates? Is that what we're saying? Well, not that there's any difference between participants and candidates, is there? No, there definitely is. They're trying to pick somebody out of the group. But somebody can participate without being a candidate for actually being chosen at the end. Like, just there as a filler, as cannon fodder, basically. There's a chance the kidnappers were using those terms distinctly, then maybe. And it would make sense that Joe wouldn't be a participant. He wasn't meant to even come here. Participants and candidates. Could that be combined with this? Let's try that. No, okay. Okay, well, I failed. It's no good, I can't think anymore. Even I can tell I'm confused. Yet the discussion continues. I can hardly remember anything that came next. Not even who was chosen and who had died. Game over. Well, that's our first game over. I just was not sure whose statement to use where. Oh, wow, it brings us all the way back to the... Good thing I saved. Brings us all the way back to the title screen. We're still in the same spot, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I understand why that's the solution. Because he was talking about... he was talking about candidates and participants, and she was talking, and now was talking about how only the people the people on the board, like in the monitor room, are the ones that were the actual participants or candidates or something like that. Hang on, what's this about candidates? Are participants and candidates really the same? Are the participants? There are 20 people who were brought into this death game. And what are the candidates of the Floor Master spoke of? Those left in the final vote? Those qualified to win. So those are the qualifications, the right. Those who fulfill the conditions to be the ultimate winner. And with that in mind, so like Joe, for example, might not count because he wasn't supposed to be even brought here. He just happened to be there when we were taken. And that could be the same thing for now. Now just happened to be there when Mishimo was taken. And maybe Kugi just happened to be there when Kana was taken. And with that in mind, if Gashu, who swears loyalty to the organization, were to make a transgression, he'd try to kill a candidate. He'd try to kill a non-candidate. Did he try to kill a candidate? Wrong. That would be defying the organization. If Gashu swears... Okay, fine. Try to kill a non-candidate. What if there was one of us who didn't have the right to victory? A non-candidate. In that case, it would be now. Gashu would try to kill them. That's why he tampered with the sacrifice. I should know it now. Who here is not a candidate? So I was right. That he would have... That's why now was saying that we should definitely figure this out. Please select the non-candidate. Is now the person who's not a candidate? Yes. Jeez. Or now. Now. Yes? You have the sacrifice, don't you? Huh? This roster lists the names of the candidates, those who are qualified for victory. Even Shin Tsukimi, with a 0% chance to actually win, is listed. But now, out of us survivors, your name is the only one missing. And in the monitor room, too, there was no AI of you. No, there didn't exist a Now AI to begin with. Yeah, because she wasn't somebody that needed to simulate. But people like Now might influence the actual outcome of this particular death game to be different from those percentages. Because you were an outsider who didn't meet the qualifications to be a candidate. And so Gashu tried to kill you. He sent the sacrifice with its high risk of death to Now. That was your transgression, Gashu. Is he gonna lie, or does he not have the ability to lie? Fantastic, simply fantastic. You well done. All your cooperation, you're you solve it. Why is it going so fast? You indeed are the chosen one. I was not skipping that, but if you played this game before, you probably understand that I was not intentionally skipping any of that. He just kind of smashed through that dialogue there. Simply fantastic, well done. Such an overwhelming mind power, such imagination, all of your cooperation, your unity. You solved it. You solved Gashu's shoddy quiz. Yes, indeed, you are the chosen one. Yeah, he's very happy with us. It's over. All the energy's leaving me. Our long, long discussion. And at the end, we earned it. Victory. For 24 hours. A moment's survival. I'm sorry, everyone. Kept quiet about the sacrifice the whole time. No, that saved us. The fact that she kept quiet all that time actually saved us. in the way she like kept pointing us to keep working towards the solution. Like keep going, keep thinking about it. Only because of that did we actually figure out what happened. I thought about what would happen if we weren't able to expose them. I just couldn't say it. It's entirely reasonable. I wish you'd been brave. No, it's good that she did this. It's entirely reasonable. I might have done the same thing in your situation. I'm sorry. Please stop it. All the fault lies with Gashu. Answer me, Gashu. Candidates. This death game. What's it all mean? What's all of it mean? I will say one thing. Everyone, have you ever harbored doubts about your upbringing? So are we actually all like gang leaders' children or something like that, or the is that actually true? Because we brought up this possibility before, right? Huh? That is my first and last hint for you. Last? Miss Sarah, you have overlooked something important about the Floor Master's code. About the code? It is written clearly. Number 4. If there is misconduct during the main game, it either proceeds with the transgressor's death or must be retried 24 hours later. Huh? And I promised you that I would fulfill my duty as per the code. So it should happen 24 hours later, right? If I take responsibility on my life, then the main game shall continue. Oh, yeah, because there's an or. Either it proceeds with the transgressor's death or must be retried 24 hours later. So he's just going to kill himself so the game can continue. But then who's going to proceed over this? Is Miley going to appear? You're kidding. Stop. Everyone, please earn victory. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he sucked, but this is a problem for us because we're going to have to immediately continue the game. No way, this is foolish. Suicide? No. It's impossible. It should be over. Why this? I was gonna do this from the start. Why? For just a day's extension? We hung on stubbornly and put our lives on the line. And he put his life on the line as well, apparently. And yet Gashu casually threw away his life. Easily shot down our hope. Who could be capable of such a thing? He's a demon. Demon. This shouldn't have... Sapphilin. Please, it's an emergency, right? Suspend the main game. Can't do that. I can only act as a substitute. No! You're really going to continue? This is all within the rules. If I refuse, everyone will die. This isn't right. This isn't right at all. If she refuses, everyone will die. I'm begging you, it doesn't have to be 24 hours. At least let us retry. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Just please. Sorry, I'm sorry. Now is the sacrifice. No one will vote for her. And you need to choose too. One of the commoners. So or Kana? That's terrible! That's a terrible choice! Are you kidding me? So is like with his 0% chance. Honestly, he was terrible this entire game, right? Trying to screw us over. But he knew that he had like no chance. But still. And then Kana tried to sacrifice herself for us. So we can't just like, oh, okay, you wanted to sacrifice yourself for us. Okay, now we're gonna kill you for our own benefit. It just doesn't feel right at all. Now's the sacrifice. I'm the keymaster. We can only vote for So or Kana. Jeez. I guess it's clear who you'll vote for. This game is giving me terrible options. I did my best to not have terrible options. Got terrible options in either way. But to be fair, the game didn't allow me really to change who was going to be in the 4, right? It didn't change. It didn't allow me to make any like changes to who was going to be in the the 4 that we were picking in the end. So it was always going to come down to this, right? But now we've got Kana, who I absolutely cannot just sentence to death. And we got So, who's just resigned himself to death, and I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. He finally, like, opened up to us, and he is actually very helpful, right? He's able to do his hacking-y things with the computer. He seems competent. So honestly would be really helpful. What are we doing here? Why do I have to make this decision? Now is the sacrifice I'm the game master. We can only vote for So or Kana. Everyone, won't you vote for Kana? I guess it's clear who you'll vote for. I'm tired. As much as I contribute, everyone's going to choose me, right? Please, someone save me. Right, there's nothing I can do. Poor Now is gonna die, and Now is great as well. Now hasn't done anything wrong. I'll save just because I can save. It's not gonna do anything for me to save right now. I can just have a compulsion to save right now. What am I even doing here right now? Someone save me? Are we supposed to be doing this? Huh? What are you? Please, vote for Kana. She just wants to help. She just wants to help. She wants to help in whatever way she knows how, and she knows that she can't really be helpful in too many other ways. I'm sure you understand. Between So and Kana, which of us isn't necessary? Kana already intended to die from the moment she tried to trade for Sara's sacrifice. Kana, please, this is about the only thing Kana can do. In exchange, I want you to believe in So. This is so crazy, like the about face, the 180-degree turn that has happened with both of these characters, both Kana and So. Like, since the beginning of the game, So, well, not since the beginning of the game, for a very long time now, So has been so incredibly suspicious. He looks exactly the same as the shadow figure that spoke to us at the very beginning of the game. He was constantly messing with us, causing all sorts of problems, being rude to everybody. And then also, but now we see him in a different light, I guess. And he's finally opened up to everybody and is finally fine with being part of the group and helping us all out. And he is clearly very competent. And then we got Kana here, who I definitely was mean to her at the start of the game, where I wanted to just reveal the truth to her at the start. And I think I still stand by we should have just told her the truth at the very start about what happened. But I don't know. I was definitely mean to her about how she was responsible for her sister's death, and I'll show you she should have just got good and stuff like that. And I still think that was very funny. But she's just, after that point, after she had her panic attack and everybody's helped her out, she actually has made quite a turnaround to helping us all out. Well, actually, no, she hasn't. It's weird though, because I felt like she didn't have a turnaround because she was constantly helping So. She's constantly getting tricked by So, we were all like, oh, well, So is terrible. This Kana person is constantly letting people trick her, trample all over her, use her for bad ends, and she's not doing anything about it. She's just constantly perpetuating like the stuff that So is doing and making everything worse for us. So I didn't really have any sympathy for her there either. But in the end, with my perspective changing on So, and it changes my perspective on Kana for all those times. And the fact that she was trying to trade her, take the sacrifice from us, I don't know. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, I knew the game was going to do this. I knew the game was going to do this from the start. That they were going to make Kana be in this kind of a position. Like the way that they were treating her character. But it's still very sad. And it's still effective. Because he's really not a bad person. No, I mean, I definitely can see that now. If you told me that like last episode, I wouldn't really believe you, okay? I'd be very skeptical. But now I actually, so much has happened. Now I think I can fully believe in him at the moment. And I can fully believe in Kana at the moment now as well. And that's just so different from how it was at the start, where I just did not believe. I was not a Kana believer. I was not. Why can't I say anything? Kana's throwing her life away to protect So. I'm just gonna watch in silence? Kana. Don't be ridiculous, Kana! So self-sacrifice, that's worthless! You really are a kid, Kana. A thoughtless kid with a backwards notion that if she dies, it'll solve everything. Feelings won't change. Be quiet, Kana. Guys, we have our conclusion. Hurry up and vote. Sara, you hated me from deep down, right? Aren't I awful? You won't get another chance like this. So, Kana doesn't have any wisdom, and can't even hack. I told you to shut up, Kana. Please remember the first main game. We all chose Kai as the victim. For our survival, we didn't choose by feelings but logic. But wasn't that a mistake? Real failure is wavering. Not trusting your beliefs is weakness. Stop it. And this time, the right thing is to choose logic so that you can escape. You should choose Kana. Just stop it. There's really no good answer here. It's time to vote. Cannot wait any longer. Touch your voting tablet so everyone will die. Got it. Mr. Policeman, just voted for Kana. Keiji! Thank you very much. This ain't a joke. I'm ashamed of you, Keiji. Sacrificing a kid for the sake of adults? That's a demonic choice you just can't make. It's crazy because Kotaro almost did that as well, and then he had to change of heart. I'm voting for So. Alice, you choose Kana, right? I can't choose anyone's little sister. Jin, Tsukimi, I'm voting for you. Fine by me. Now if we just vote for ourselves, that's 3-1. Jin, it should be an easy choice for you too, right? I do hate the loner. It's not like I want him to die. Dumbass! You don't choose me, I'll use you next and get you killed. Save Jin? Suggest a way out? He's not actually going to kill him. What is suggest a way out? You don't have to take responsibility, Jin. Thanks to Sara. If you vote for Kana, it'll be tied 3-3. Your vote won't cause anyone to die. But then, thanks to Sara, your vote will. It's okay, Jin. I'll take responsibility. I voted for Bucky, girl. Now it's just me. My vote will decide everything. It'll decide it all. So this is the weird part, right? Let's say we do vote for Kana. So is gonna hate us even more, I feel like. I feel like So is gonna hate us even more than before if we vote for Kana. But then if we vote for So, Kana's gonna feel betrayed as well. And very depressed again. You did it, Sara. Now? Do you remember the conditions for the sacrifice to win? The sacrifice wins even if it's tied for first. Wait a second. But it's 3-3. Right, and then if we vote for now, she has her 2 votes. She votes for herself. And then, so if that means if we vote for now, she wins and gets to take somebody with her? Now So has 3 votes. Kana has 3 votes. What the heck? And as a sacrifice, I can vote for myself twice. If you vote for me, that's 3 votes for everyone. I can win by a tie for first. Say what? Let's return home together, Sara. Thanks to Sara, you won't do that, right? Sorry, but that does sound great. But Jin, I'm not abandoning Jin, all right? My child here, I'm not abandoning them. That's not happening. And KG as well. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's really fascinating that that's an option to vote for now here and just escape with her. I love that. I love that that's an option, but I'm not picking it. I'm not picking it because Jin will die and I'm not letting Jin die. No, thank you. So is going to, sorry, you see Shin. He's going to get very mad if I vote for Kana. But I think I have to vote for Kana. I think I have to. Voting for So would get him would get his nonsense out of the way. And I feel like if I vote for Kana, he's gonna go crazy again. So's gonna go crazy again. He's gonna despise us. He's not gonna like us. But man, what happens if we vote for KG? Then it would be tied, right? And they would just both die? Is that what happens? I have to go for Kana, I think. Yeah. All votes have been received. Displaying results. Yep. Sorry, no. Sorry, Kana. Thank you, Sara. Why? Why didn't you choose me? I'll never forgive you, Sara. I knew he was gonna say this. Sara, before I go, could you give me a hug? Yeah. You're warm. Well then, I'll announce the results. The Keymaster was KG Shinogi. The Sage was Kataro. The sacrifice was Now. I see. So this is your answer, Sara. I can't kill everybody just to escape with you. No. It's strange. I couldn't stop shaking from fear. The moment you decided, that stopped. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't have to betray you all. Ow. Oh, I forgot to mention. Second card trade was by me. I traded away the sacrifice card by using the tokens Reiko had on her. What? So Reiko protected you once now. So she traded away her sacrifice to us. That's how we got it? You were a close friend to Reiko. There's no question of that. Thank you very much. I wonder if I'll ever meet Reiko and the professor over there. I wanted to finish that painting. Well then, it's time for the execution. Also, do I have that order of the trades right? That she traded the sacrifice to us? Or was it somebody else that she traded it to and then they traded it to us? I don't remember exactly. Regardless. Wait! Sorry, take this. This is a red button. It's an instant death switch. Unless you want her suffering to be long, you just have to press it. Begin. I don't want to die. Don't push it. Wait, what? Don't press it? You don't want to... What? I don't want to die yet? Wait, don't press it? They're not allowing it? No! Oh, goodness. There's nothing I can do about it. She's just being crushed to death. And there's nothing I can... Yeah, it's not even letting me. Well, that was no good. Now expired. They should have given that to somebody else who could actually press it, I guess. Goodness gracious. Yeah, not gonna finish that painting. Professor, I'm sorry. Present I was going to give you. I still could finish it. Man, I'm so curious what would have happened if we had gone with her plan. She's not a candidate, right? So she can't technically win. That's alright. You'll have plenty of time now. Paint your heart's content now. Yes. I couldn't push the button. The very end now said she didn't want to die. There's no way I could push it. Once again, I couldn't protect them. He died again. Next is Kana. Wait! Stop it already, please, Cephalin! Don't move! Oh, he's got a gun? From where? It's Gashu's. You come near Kana, I'll shoot! It's futile. Kana's execution won't be changing. Why? Ain't you different from Gashu and Miley? You carried out her execution with such a pained look. You don't really want this, do ya? You don't understand, do you? I've always been your enemy, you see? She's faking it. I'm coming closer. Does she want to get him to shoot her? Ugh! Gun let out a click. It was empty, I see. Damn you! It's fine now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sara. Kana. Please take care of So. Everyone get along together. Activating collar device. The human flower. Oh, goodness. Should've used that bullet on her, if there was one. My neck hurts. So now, human flower seeds were injected by your necklace through your body. What? Stop, Cephalin, what are you doing? These beaties, she won't suffer like Miss Now. Roots will spread through her body and feeling a comforting numbness, she'll die beautifully. Now they will bloom. Ah! Is that really? I don't know if that would be painless, but okay, it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem very comforting. No! Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not. It's that she was completely lying about that. Kana expired. This is how the Chosen One meets her end. So long as the flowers don't wilt, her body will always be preserved beautifully. Kana. I'm sorry, Kana. We needed So to escape. We chose logic. The worst possible choice. Well... Oh, what, should we have killed So instead? Like, it's not even about it wasn't even about logic for me. I don't know. I mean, sure, that was part of it, but... I'll kill you. Because, like, this is not a good option. I knew this was gonna happen. Worthless. It's all worthless. Floor Masters, Sara, every one of their riffraff. I'll kill every one of you who killed Kana. That's right. And first will be Sara. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I figured that was... I figured that was gonna happen. I figured that was gonna be a problem. I definitely didn't choose logic there. No matter what was gonna happen, somebody was gonna get mad at us. If I really were to choose logic, I would, I don't know, choose the guaranteed escape option and choose now. Whatever So is. I searched around, my mind dazed. I couldn't save Now or Kana. I don't care. I don't want to look at that reality anymore. For now, I'll look for So. Well, So's gonna try to murder us. Let's just see what happens here. My feet move as if guided by something. Some sort of premonition is calling me. Oh no. We can't even save right now, by the way. The light's on. The screen is glowing. I wonder what it is. I gazed at the screen absentmindedly. We also don't have any of our items that we picked up. Joe? Yo, Sarah! Huh? Some kind of joke again? There was a familiar face. Face of my best friend who I'd always saw at school. This has got to be a dream because he's not one of the candidates. Joe. Inconceivable. Another hallucination. I've finally broken down. Because there shouldn't be an AI of Joe. That doesn't matter to me right now. Joe, is that you, Joe? Yeah, so it looks like you've been well. You murderer. Huh? Should have understood this. This is a hallucination, a false Joe I created. Wait, I shouldn't respond to it. Let me hear it. Who'd you kill this time? You're wrong, I didn't kill. Gotta ignore it. You voted, didn't you? You sacrificed someone weaker than you to survive. No, that's wrong, Joe, I mean... This isn't Joe. Sorry, you've really changed. I can't breathe. I'm being killed by my hallucinations. What's your excuse for this time, Sarah? You aren't Joe. You aren't Joe. Don't show yourself to me, please. Just give me a break. Forgive me. Forgive you? Can't do that, Sarah. You know how much I suffered. I'll show you once more. Okay, I didn't press the whole thing, the button at all to make you suffer, buddy. Huh? A hellish sight. The last thing I want to remember, Joe's end. Yeah, indeed. Sarah! Are you okay, Sarah? KG. Pixie Sarek, you came too! You're passed out in the room of rubble. What of that video? It's an AI of Joe Tazuna. Why in the world was that there? It was real? The fake Joe somebody set up out of malice. Sorry, don't worry about anything it said. Now they probably heard what it said too then. What are you talking about? KG. Who's Joe? Who's Rem? Excuse me? Your turn denied, chapter 2. End. Are we a doll now? Is that... No, we can't be. We're probably not a doll now. But like, what? I mean, I don't understand. Why would we suddenly... Why do they suddenly remove our memories of Joe? What's the purpose of that? Or are we blocking it out of our own mind? To be continued in the final chapter? I mean, the final chapter is now, right? We're not waiting till the sequel, are we? Hey there, can you hear me? That's some Doki Doki Literature Club stuff right there. No. Ah, well, shucks. I'd like to know soon about that death game you were involved in. It's not anything too difficult, is it? I'm begging you. Retrace memories? Thanks. What? We're recapping? Normal high school girl, Sarah, and her best friend Joe. Yeah, they were pulled into the death game. Mishima died. And Kai died. And Joe died. And became tormented by hallucinations. And then we got these two weirdos. Okay, yeah, it's asking me again. Sarah died. Exactly. Or sorry. Reiko died. The next victim was a singer-songwriter Reiko. Actually, did we go through this before, even before I had to replay to this point? I feel like maybe we did, and maybe we already saw that whole, like, pick who died thing. Which of these two died? Kana died. Good, so you remember it well. The next victim was middle schooler Kana Kazuchi. And so Hiyori, who failed to protect Kana, was left with a strong hatred of Sara. Due to malicious Joe AI, Sara forgot that Joe even existed. So that is the reasoning. The whole, it is just because of that AI that we forgot. Death game is not over just yet. 6 remain. Oh, goodness gracious. I wonder what it is. I feel like I've forgotten something. Something very, very important. Oh, hey, KG, tell me what it is. It's okay, you're all normal. Really? You're just exhausted. You ought to take a rest. No, my head feels perfectly clear. What is there to worry about? But I want to remember everything that happened here. Now, and Kana, everyone who had to be sacrificed. So what am I forgetting? And don't just sit around and think about it. Let's move, so that nobody else has to die. Right. So we just blocked out our memories of Joe because it was too traumatic? And they were causing us too much distress. At least that's what it seems to be the case. Everyone, this floor will be closed off soon. If you don't go to the next floor within about 5 minutes, your collars will activate. Understood. Pardon me. That ain't good. Guess we gotta move it quick, eh? There's no need to wait for that man. But if we left him and he died... Seems unthinkable to me. Don't you suppose he's gone ahead instead? Who are we waiting for? Hold on a sec. Who are we talking about here? I wonder where on earth he went. Maybe he just doesn't want to see us anymore. Oh, now. Sorry. Shin. Got it. I'll look for him. You guys just wait. Quit it, you. You make it sound like we're being selfish. So noisy. What's gotten into you guys? So, I mean, are we gonna keep calling him so? He's not so. Cutting it awfully close, Try greeting me with a smile next time. We're allies, aren't we? Like I could be all smiles right now. But I'm smiling, see? Just stop it. The one you were trying to protect just went in. What would that be? What would that be? Oh, you mean Kana? Well, it's too bad. In that main game, Kana even went and got the sacrifice. Alas, she didn't get the chance to choose me and have us escape together. Couldn't use her after all. Shame. I don't understand this guy. What's so funny? How pitiful. If ever there was a world where that happened. Kana wouldn't pick you, she'd pick Sara. Do you really think she'd pick you? Shut up, KG! I know that, of course I know that! You just want to laugh at me because I'm fated to die no matter what. Well, go ahead and laugh! Quit with the lies, so... You put your life on the line to protect Kana. You're ready to throw away your own life. You're ready to throw your own life away. Those weren't rational actions. They were your heart screaming out. And we obstructed it. You must hate us to death. Regardless, we have to cooperate. That's what Kana wanted us to do. This is going nowhere. Enough, let's hurry to the next floor. So, you sure are strange, Keiji. During the discussion, I could have sworn you wanted me to die so bad. Well, it's different now. Yeah, what a confusing situation with So here. So confusing. I don't understand him. This man's So. He was just desperate, I'm sure of it. Very well. Suppose we're desperate ourselves. Now to the next floor so we don't die. Goodness gracious. Well, I'm gonna stop there for now. That was a nice, good long trial. Actually, before we stop though, I'm kind of curious. Surely it shouldn't take too long to see what happens if we pick now, right? So I think I'm at the point where I need to do this, probably, right? Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick now, and I wanna see what happens. I wanna see what happens if we do that. And I'm also curious what happens if we pick KG. And there's a tie. I forget what happens then. I think it's just that both people die or something. But probably that won't happen. But most likely it's going to be like a short ending if we if we chose now here. All right, let's vote for now and see what happens. All votes received. Displaying results. Wait, what? Huh? I'm confused. Oh yeah, no, I'm not confused. It's a tie, right? I forgot. In the tie, it's she wins. Right. I'm not confused. Forgot that that was her plan. Thank you so much, Sarah. No way, thanks to Sarah, you betrayed us? Yeah, this is not what I would want to do. You can't be serious, you wouldn't. Is that your answer, Sarah? Yeah, poor guy. This is reality, KG. Strong will tell you, I'm your ally, don't be afraid, trust me. And in the end, they'll betray you. And at the convenience and whims of the strong, the weak will die. Well, learned a little something about how uneasy a weakling always feels? Sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. Gotten tired. I don't want to die. I just want to go home. I don't want to play this death game anymore. Even if it costs all your lives. So, goodbye. Although I hope this doesn't spoil the main game. A sea of red unfolds before my eyes. There's no salvation. Tearfully, Saflin carried out exacting executions one after another. Everyone struggling in anguish screams. I didn't listen to them. There's no way I could. Keiji, Jin, Kana, So, Kotaro, Alice. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sarah! Don't cry, Sarah. From now on, I'll always be with you. When we get home, I'll make you delicious meals. I don't think you'd ever recover from this. We'll sleep soundly, bathe in the morning sun, go on walks together. I don't think you're sleeping soundly. Let's live happily for everyone. It's okay, I'll bear this cross. You did nothing wrong, Sarah. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. Sarah, you did nothing wrong. Yeah, sure. Ending 1, massacre. And we got straight back here. Yep, okay. That was pretty much what I was expecting out of that ending. Pretty bad ending. I would never actually want to pick that. Just for the fact that it kills Jin. No way am I picking an ending that kills Jin. That's terrible. That's the worst ending possible. So, yeah. And also Keiji as well. That's horrible. It just sucks that Kana has to die, and it sucks that Nao has to die as well, based on the choices that we've made. I think once I finish this game, I also am probably gonna try. I am really curious to try like what happens if we decide to sacrifice sacrifice Shin instead. Because I feel like he's gonna have a big impact on whatever's gonna happen next. But we'll see. This game is so interesting. It really is. I like that, like, obviously not all of my decisions matter. And that can be a little frustrating sometimes. But clearly, some of my decisions absolutely matter and change the course of the entire story. Which gives this game more replay value, obviously. But also, even if you don't replay it multiple times, it gives a lot of weight to the choices that you make. In something like Danganronpa, the choices that you make don't have as much weight because you know you either got it right or you didn't get it right. And you're not going to make a decision that is going to affect the rest of the game that you could have avoided, right? You're not going to choose one character to sacrifice and then you're going to have to live with that. The game is going to choose that character to be sacrificed and then you're going to live with that. And it's such a different experience. So I really like the way that this game does that. It's also very painful though. As you saw, I did not want to sacrifice either of them. And So is such an interesting character. So is such an interesting character, the fact that his personality is based on it's constructed based on his sense of inferiority, this persona that he's created for himself. And he opened up to us a little bit in that trial, and I'm so thankful for that we actually got to see a little bit of the real So. Because without that, it's just going to be completely impossible to understand him at all. But now we actually can understand him a little bit. We can see why he has this sense of inferiority, and we can see why he's feeling the way he is, and that he actually does just want to escape, just like anybody else, but also that he is willing to sacrifice himself for others as well. Maybe that's actually why he has a 0% win rate. It's not just because it's not because he sucks, or he's terrible, or useless. Maybe it's just because he always is the one that chooses to sacrifice himself for others. That could be it. But also, like Keiji said, if Kana ended up getting chosen as a sacrifice, she would have chosen us as probably as the person to escape with. So he's destined to be not liked by anyone, but also if he ever wins at anything, he's gonna give himself up for everybody. So he's really the true sacrifice. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking his actual character is. It's so hard to tell sometimes because he puts on that fake evil persona, and he does such a great job at it. He does such a great job at like at appearing exceptionally evil. But he's just not. He's just clearly not, and not at this point at least. Very interesting, very interesting. We'll see where things go. Saflin is she's clearly wanting to help us. That's what I think. There was that circumstance where Katara was pointing the gun at her, and she had those crazy eyes and wanted to come towards him and get shot. But I don't think I think she either knew that the gun was empty or she didn't care. She's like, okay, I'll just go die. I'll go die if it'll make you feel better, kind of thing. And also, I wonder how all those scenes would have turned out if we had Miley there with us, because we could choose. We could choose whether to have Saflin there or Miley there. I trust Saflin a little bit more, only a little bit. Yeah, very interesting. I don't think I have too many more thoughts. I just want to see where this game goes, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching me go through this game, and maybe you're watching this for the first time and you're also curious where this goes. So, like, subscribe, leave some comments in the comments section if you want to leave me your thoughts on how it was when you were here in this game. Did you pick the same path? I'm curious. So let me know. That's all I have to say, I think. So thanks for watching. See you next time.